Hey guys, welcome. How are you all feeling this morning? I hope you're doing okay. It's been a really tough week in terms of regaining my control and not my control, but regaining my sense of surrender and pulling back on judgment and trying to move forward with some peace and some faith, because I have faith. I have utter faith that everything will be okay. I have complete faith that the darkness will not prevail. So it's been a difficult week for me, because for me I'm in a period of autumn for me in my cycle. So this is a time when we are sort of within our truthing mode, where we want to speak up, say things how it is. And sometimes we need to articulate that in a way where we're not getting people's backs up, because people don't want to be judged. And people are nice. Everyone's nice. Majority of people are nice people. Majority of people think they are doing and they feel that they are doing whatever's right. Yeah, so we can't judge people on their decisions, and that is a big learning curve for me, and it's something that's been pulling up out of my shadow. So I've been working on a lot of that, and I've been working on a lot that keeps coming up for me about talking my truth, and not worrying about what other people think, and it continues to come up in card pulls, and just allowing that trust to sort of be pushed through for myself, and allowing myself to be able to flow with my truth and not worrying what other people think. Because the problem is the issue is because of past traumas for me anyway. This is all coming from me, okay? This isn't to do with anybody else. This is to do with me. Past traumas coming from my my background of being in a relationship of domestic violence when I was quite young. I was silenced, and I wasn't allowed to say and do what I wanted to do. And I believe in past lives, because I've had QHHT. So in past lives, I've also been in these positions. So this is a place now where I'm going back and I'm healing past life trauma and trauma from my past, to be able to move forward, so I can ignite my DNA and allow myself to grow into a human being where I'm not allowing my trauma to affect my future. And at the moment, look, it's difficult. I don't believe people that say that they're not in a difficult. Not that I don't believe, but that they're not in a position where they're struggling at some point. Okay, I'm a mum and I'm struggling with, oh my God, what the future for my daughter. Not all the time, don't get me wrong, because like I say, I have faith that there will be better things to come. But in the process, my child's still living what's living. At the moment, she's still in this position, and as much as I try to make it as normal as possible, kids are intuitive. They pick up on stuff whether you realize it or not. And for me, I won't take my daughter to a shop. I won't let her be surrounded by people that are all masked up. I think it's horrible for me. I mean, I can't. I struggle with it. I struggle to go into a shop and everyone is like this. It's like it reminds me of like someone with hands over their mouths, and everyone's looking down and they feel uncomfortable. And I tell you why a majority of them feel uncomfortable: because they wasn't wearing it before. They're wearing it because they've been told to. So they're wearing it because they've been told, right? They're not wearing it because they want to. And this is the issue for me. If you believe this mask, if you have a true belief that it's helping, then it's okay. Then you would have probably been in it beforehand. But if you are doing it because you've been told to do it because of fear of getting a fine, or fear of being classed as selfish, or fear of passing something on to someone, because actually your mind's been so fucked, excuse my language, but so fucked with all the mainstream news, the government announcements, people, and you don't know what to think, you're putting this on, and I can see it in people's faces. So I'm trying to keep my daughter away from this, because I don't want her to feel that this is a normal thing, not being able to see people's facial expressions. And I honestly, I really don't care what people think about what I'm saying, okay? I'm not going to accept the new normal into my life, okay? I don't want to accept the new normal. I want a better life for my daughter, which is what I'm working and manifesting at the moment. So as a mum, and talking to a lot of my other friends that are mums, that are, you know, that are on the same wavelength as me, we all feel pretty much the same. And now we have school coming up in the UK that's due to start in the next 4 or 5 weeks, and we have all sorts of stuff coming out from the media, because, you know, what happens is with the governments is that, I'm not even going to call them the governments because no one governs me, but these people, what they do is they find out everybody's fear. So they've got agencies that work online, and they work into the groups, all the truther groups, all these groups that you think are just you. No. There's people in there working out where everyone's fears are. So they are scaring people with a virus, so they know they've got them in their low frequency. And then they are moving on to the truthers. So, all right, the people that are like researching stuff, conspiracy theories. Yeah, I've been there, done it, and I've sat in fear with it, and I don't do that no more, okay? I don't do that because I have faith. I have faith in humanity, so I have faith that that light will prevail. But they get into these groups, they infiltrate them, and they work out where people are scared. And then they play to it through their media. And that is what is happening at the moment. And it takes strength to be able to detach from that, because it comes from all angles. So I go on Instagram, and my Instagram is pretty much quite positive in its people that I want to follow. I've unfollowed so many, so I just follow the people that resonate with me. But you have, I had to come off Facebook because that's hard going for me, and I find it suffocates me. So I've just come off that for a bit. I'm having a little Facebook social media detox. I don't really spend a lot of time on Instagram. I have a little quick scroll, but that's it. But even just like the radio, announcements in supermarkets, overhearing conversations, the adverts that are coming up at the bus stops, and it is that is consistent, and you have to be completely strong in your conviction and understand that this is programming to be able to detach yourself and not allow it to affect you. Okay, now I've been researching this stuff for years, but it still affects me, because I'm only human, all right? And, you know, we've all got our traumas from past lives or from our past now. We all have these traumas that sit within us, and they attach to them, and they emphasize then our anxiety and the way that we deal with things. So it is super important now to use discernment in everything, because you know what, you will always feel whether it's right or whether it's wrong. Always. There's absolutely no doubt about it. When you tune in, you know what's right. And if you know something's wrong, going along with it, even though you know it, that is where the problems cause. And I mean problems not just psychologically, not just spiritually, not through your soul, but through your body physically. This is when you have issues. When you do something that you don't want to do, or something that's causing distress for you, whether it's consciously or subconsciously, it has an impact. So every time we compromise against our truth, against what we feel is right, it will have an effect on your body, psychologically, physically, spiritually. It will have an effect on your body, which is why we should always stand in our truth, which is why I'm always doing my videos about sovereignty and standing in your truth. I have a group set up on Instagram called Awakened Mums that I do with a friend, and I'm going to be connecting with a couple of other mum friends, because I feel that I really want to reach out to parents at the moment. It's a really difficult time for everybody, but I feel like for parents it's particularly difficult, because we are in a situation now where we feel this is for our kids. So we really need to be able to navigate the situation where we are being conscious of our children and of ourselves, but allowing and manifesting a better life for our kids. So we're just working on podcasts, because we are dotted around the country, and we're going to start doing some podcasts, and I'd be really interested in interviewing other parents, not just mums. It is called Awakened Mums. It's got a nice ring to it, but obviously, you know, there's dads out there as well that feel the same. But we'd be interested in interviewing other people, either via Zoom or podcast. So if you are interested, then please let me know. I'd love to talk to other people about how they are navigating this ascension, however you want to call it, how they're navigating this towards parenting. Because I'd say, with regards to our fears are at the moment for our children's futures, because we're sort of, you know, part way into our life, and they're at the start of it. So this is something that for me is so important, and it's something that I work on daily, and I'd love to be able to reach out to other people and connect with other people so we can put information out there to help others. I'm not sure what the point of my message is today. I haven't really come on here for any point. I didn't have any sort of subject in place. I just want to reach out to people and say, you know what, I know it's difficult, it's hard, and it's not easy, and you watch people online and they're, yeah, but it's just amazing and everything's just fantastic. No, I'm sorry. It can be amazing, but you have to work at it, and it can be really, really difficult as well. And pretending that the shadows aren't there and everything's light, it's just a recipe for disaster. So I suppose my main message is today is to listen to what your body is telling you. If something's not right, don't do it. And that it includes everything. Okay, no one governs me at all. No one tells me what to do. No one ever has, and that is never going to change. And that's not just me being rebellious. That's me trying to follow my heart and my true being. And if something doesn't feel right, I'm not doing it. Okay, and that's it. And you can call me what you want, but that's the crux of it with me. That's the way I am. And if you know me, you know that's the way I am, and the way I've pretty much always been since a teenager. And it's okay to be like that. It's okay to not have people like you. It's okay to be the odd one out. It's okay for people to talk about you because they think you're crazy, weird, whatever. You know what? Just because we don't fit in, it doesn't matter. But you know what we need? We need to listen to our heart, and we need support. We need a tribe, okay? A tribe is so important to growth with just you, but not just with you, but with your kids and your family. It's important to have a tribe that you connect with on a soul level, so deep within your soul. So reach out to people, because you know what, I spent months and months and months just sat within my cocoon last year, not reaching out to people that are on the same wavelength. And if anything that 2020 has taught me is that, wow, I've started connecting with so many people, and it feels amazing. So connect with those people that are your tribe. Don't worry about what other people think. Listen to your heart, and remember, government mandates are guidelines, not laws. Okay, the police don't want to mandate them either. Okay, so it's not just us rebels. Just remember, do what feels right to you, okay? I'm going to come back on here later and connect with some healing. I'm just going off to a client. I'm going to come back and do a light language transmission, because I've got it bubbling up inside me. But I'm conscious that if I reach my 15 minutes on this video, then I'm not going to be able to post it on Instagram. So, guys, have a beautiful, beautiful day, morning, evening, wherever you are. And I'll connect back later with some light language activation. See you later, guys.